And of course, the old discovered mate. I would actually like to call this the Reti mate, right? Where he sacked his queen on d8 and played bishop to g5 and bishop to d8 when the king ran to c7, as there were pawns here, rook on this square, knight on that square. So the Richard Reti mate followed by the... Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, grasshoppers. We've got a little bit of a conundrum here. As a game started while we were trying to set up the stream. It's always awkward, so we're going to go with a very simplified option. Absolutely very simplified option. Go ahead, make my day, sir. Make my day. Oh, you didn't. You didn't make my day. That's fascinating. You can still try to make my day. He didn't even try to make my day up, but now he wins. No, he doesn't win. He missed bishop e4 again. Yeah. All right. We have the stream officially up. We need to turn off the lead chess tools. As much as I love the lead chess tools can be... I wish it would give me the option to... This is sitting at an outdoor cafe in Oslo for the most part. Not exactly my favorite picture. But it'll have to do. D-Day Trainer, National Master, John MacArthur. Where is my way back? There we go. We're working on it. We need to get that. Tell me it has to be 80% now. It has to be at 80%? Okay, 80% it is. 80% it is. Oh, Ziggy. Turn on Lasker. There we go. Now my coffee cup warmer is turned on.
Words. Said.
Hello there.
Good morning, no words. I am so jealous, although it might be fall conditions for no words. And for weather-wise, fall conditions. Need to open this up, open that up. How's our stream title doing? 3+2. It actually looks pretty good. Wow.
Pegasus sway.
Said. Cough now.
Yeah, coffee now indeed. Thank you,
Now
Ron.
Said.
The weather ahead is amazing, not too hot or cold, and clear skies.
Yeah, if we could find a place in the world that has this exact weather the entirety of the time, right? That would be very cool. Very, very cool. All right, let's go for it. I actually wanted to play the Polish defense against this particular line and see what happens. Now, there is a refutation, of course, and I like to play it. So we'll see. Oh, no, Ron. There's a little bit of a problem here. Just a wee bit of a problem. Not only did I lose my last game so fast, but it appears as though I might win this game so fast. I'm not even sure there's a good way out of this with the Desperado either. Oh my gosh, Ron. What are we doing here? Are you trying to trap me? Can he trap me? Is it possible for him to trap me? I guess he's got something going. That much is true. But we're not going to fall for it if we don't have to. Here we go. We're still swimming. Just keep swimming. Swimming, swimming. I don't see any reason not to take this necessarily. With check. I'm going to threaten mate and the queen at the same time. We're going to try. We're still threatening, by the way. We are still threatening. We're going to continue threatening. Oh, wait, 1 second here. He did find a move that I was not expecting. That's interesting. You're there. That was a move that I wasn't expecting. That's a bummer. Did not expect that one, sir. I did not expect that one at all. Something seems wrong with this picture still. You know things are bad when. So can I start capturing yet? No, I cannot. I didn't know what to do here. There's too many choices. Oh, Ron. How have we been doing? Have we been doing okay in our selections against Ron? I don't know. Okay, we're at 118. We're only minus 118 games. We're minus 118 games. Is that craziness? Across 933. I'm sorry, 923. 923. So, interestingly enough, I forget what I did the other day. I think I downloaded all of... Why? That was a very weird game, Ron. I started it. I admit it. I started it. Let's get some tunes. Let us try to find some tunes here. Uh-oh. Don't miss the chance. I have an account, darn it. I don't know whether I'm signing in with Google or if I'm signing in with Twitch. How rude. GAD34. All right. As promised. I have to. I need GAD to be going to Saratoga along with his brother. Well, that's interesting. Well, that was not interesting. Gee. All right. I don't know if I want to sign in with Google or not. Darn it. I can't remember my sign-in. I don't know what I signed in to Slipstream with. Whether I signed in with Twitch, whether I signed in with YouTube. Right? How rude is that? Uh-oh. It's a little bit of a misinformation option there. We're going to keep on going. I have to remember that I've berserked. I've lost a lot of these games because I have forgotten that I've berserked. And we do get to demonstrate very quickly how most opponents fall for these types of things. We're going to keep it up. Just want the bishop to not recapture on e3. So, not a big deal. Nothing fancy going on here. Nothing fancy, folks. Uh-oh. He does have options. Check, check, checkmate in. Wow, it's pretty fancy. What? You didn't stop it. Fine. Threatening mate in 1. Or mate in 2. I'm assuming he's going to take my... I thought he was going to take my pawn on a7. But it is good to have GAD in the mix. All right. So let's try... I don't know what to sign in with. You know what? I'm going to sign in with Google. I'm going to sign in with Google to Slipstream. If I can even remember my password. Oh, gee. No, it's the wrong password. Try another way. Try another way. Here we go. This is just the way. Yes, it's me. Oh, now it wants me to create a new password. Oh my God. What was the latest thing that I was doing? Fine. Okay. So it wants me to sign in with my brand new password, I guess. The It seems to have worked. I was worried that I wasn't going to spell my password correctly. You know, because you got to use upper, lower, special characters, yada, yada, yada. Really? It's asking me to sign in again. All right, fine. You know what we're going to do? We're going to sign in with Twitch. How about that? Why does it not let me sign in with my Streamlabs ID? That would be ideal, right? Wouldn't that be the natural thing to do since it's a Streamlabs product? Or is it because, good morning, Richie. Where are you now? I have another co-host. I believe I have another co-host. Starting mid-March, covering the candidates. Hopefully. Back in pool. Oh, I believe that. I'm trying to remember if, I don't necessarily know that it's going to happen, but I'm trying. I'm trying my best. I also need to do, perhaps I need some help or some patience at some point with some test streams. I'm also going to use the Slipstream music to create intro music. They have intro and outro mood type sounds. So you need intro, outro music, you need clips. We need to do a video. I haven't given up completely. I've decided to basically retool the whole thing. Go with the branding, unfortunately, because I've missed you, buddy. I'm afraid that Tall Tales kind of fell a little short. Not Nigel short, thankfully. Not that perverse. Not that sick of a humor. But no, I thought about the capitalizing not necessarily on the idea of the dojo. I could tell you weren't the biggest on Tall Tales. We struggled with that, but I think we have to go with the branding. And basically, I want to be able to do multiple subjects anyway. I don't want to just be limited to chess. So this means that I can play the fodder for Arsenal updates because believe it or not, I had this wild hair up my tuchus that I wanted to do a cricket stream. And the first episode was going to be based on the Ashes. Right? Australia beating England in cricket. I just had this moment where I wanted to do a cricket stream. And I was going to change my name to MCD. And for all of the people that don't necessarily need to know chess, the M, the C, or the D could mean almost anything at any given time. So there'd be like MCD News or Master. And then ultimately I came all the way around. And I haven't stopped thinking about it since you've been missing. I hope you and I believe it's the two little ones, the daughter and the son. I'm not sure. See what I mean? This is exactly what I want to talk about. I do not know. 3, 2. Oh my God. So I'll tell you where I ended up getting screwed on that one. Because MD Night Zero has one daughter. And then somewhere in between this, all right, we got a rematch with this fellow. Here we go. We're off. I didn't necessarily want to have to be off with this guy. But we're going to do it. Yeah, why not? Let's just keep it up. I honestly do not believe that this fellow is as strong as he says he is. And we're talking about the fellow here, right? So now I need to keep up. Keep it up. Boom, 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 boom. Now, does knight takes e4 work? No. Is it crazy? Yes. Do I want to play for more? Absolutely. Is it worth it? I don't think so. You can go for the fork trick here if you'd like. Just going to play some good solid positional cheese. So what is he threatening in reality? He might be threatening me. That's a bummer. That much is indeed a bummer. And I have no way of defending it. So let's go on the counterattack. And is there another counterattack available? No, huh? Fine. Just grab the space while we can. Really? That is indeed a bummer. Just a simple matter. So we have a nice space advantage. We have a target to go for. We have squares. It's not at all bad. We'll try to keep it up. We'll try to keep it up. Finally, we get to play a decent match against Cyprus. This is, after all, what we were hoping for. Nothing too fancy here. Nothing at all too fancy. Just avoiding a back rank mate, folks. That's all. Nothing special. Move along. So now, where does that queen go? And what does it all mean? I don't know. It's crazy. Oh, he did have more to it than I wanted him to have. But, Sillaby, I'm desperately trying to give his queen all of the opportunities that it ever wanted. Right? You should be enjoying this position. If he's not enjoying this position, you know, he should want to know what chess is. You should want to show us. I want to know what chess is. I want you to show me. I want to know what chess is. Let's just keep it up. I want to know what chess is. All right. Is he threatening me? Takes. He is threatening me. How rude. You're a check there, check everywhere, check. It's craziness, right? But he's got queen to b1. You're a check there, check everywhere, check. Darn it. So, can I do it this way? Oh, no, I can't do it that way. Oh, this guy's such a wise guy. Such a wise guy. Wow. We almost got something out of this, folks. We did. We almost got something out of it. Can you believe that we almost got something out of it? It's craziness. You're a check there, check everywhere, check. We almost got something out of that. Resourcefulness, by the way, full bars resourcefulness on my Elite Chess Tutor. If you've not yet tried the Elite Chess Tutor, it is very creative. Basically, try out Tutor and compare yourself to your peers. I have full bars resourcefulness, but I will lose on time every single time. Right? I think he was just dizziness due to success. All right. I have to look back on that one, Richie. Our knight g4 from him was check. Yeah. Sorry, the f4 was quite cool after queen e5, forced queen e8, and possible queen transfer. Yeah, move 22. Thank you, buddy. Oh, no, I didn't. Go with the full Cochrane gambit. How about that? The full Cochrane gambit. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's see if we get what we think we're going to get. Don't fall for it. No, we're so young. You had to play king e7, bishop g5, knight f6, queen takes d8, king takes d8, e5, attacking the pin knight. But we'll live. Why do you keep going back? Are you going to castle? Why does he keep going back? Is he going to castle? I like G A D. I do. I'm expecting some strange things to be afoot. We're looking for natural moves from our opponent to create a natural disaster. No, huh? Fine. But it's very close to a natural disaster. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. Yeah, it is very cool. It is extremely cool. I have to say, I learned a lot. I mean, it actually already knew a lot about me. How do I do this? Bishop takes, knight takes. Unfortunately. I was looking at knight h7 check, but there's nothing too fancy about that. I need to finish the game before the arena's over. So this is the 13th Women's World Champion. She and Garry Kasparov, the highest rated of the mortals. The highest rated of the mortals. I believe Magnus Carlsen is an immortal. Judith Polgar is an immortal at the moment. I would like to do an Immortals podcast, and they can do the top 2 men and women in every. Yeah, she seems nice. I'm a little perturbed with her playing in the Russian events for Karyakin, supporting the Putin state of sorts. I don't know if there was some Chinese leader influence saying that we can add some credibility to this. If there was a little bit of collusion between the Chinese and the Russians on that particular front to add some Asian, believe it or not, because for those who don't know about it, they created an Asian Chess Federation. All of this stuff is fodder and I'm going to emphasize very short podcasts that are digestible, that nobody has any time to think about. Let's just say, I do not want to stick around for this. All right, let's check out Capris versus Pillsbury. At least I did not completely destroy my reputation as an okay player. Right? So now, is this a draw? Can he play rook on 1 to b2 and back and forth? Can Capris just hold on for dear life, or is he going for more? The rook takes b7. Personally, with my experiences with that's true. I have to admit, the U.S. and Israel and UK and I'm not sure about the Germany thing. Did Germany support the other side? You have to bring me up to speed. Plus, I just want to let everybody know, since Arsenal fan Richie is based in the UK, he's got a much, much better opinion of a lot of world events than I do. I think we have to go with this check. What? Did we really do that? Now we have a moment to threaten mate, and it cannot be stopped. Oh, fine. So in any event, what ends up happening here? Did he have mate instead of playing h3? That is the question. Or is there just too much bother here? But let's take a look. Queen check, right? Queen to rook to b8 check, king to d7. Queen to a7 check, king to d6. Queen to c5 check, king to c7. Maybe there is nothing here. Maybe there's a whole lot of nothing here. Do we throw in knight takes f6 check first? After king to d7? To get the bishop off of the file? Let's just see about this. Okay, so in this particular position, the question that I had was, oh yeah, it's just mate and 2. Check and mate. White just missed checkmate. I thought for a moment that there was a defense, bishop d8, but I forgot that it's just mate. Mate with a knight. He misses mate and 2. And after h3, h5, he misses mate and 2 again. Even though it could be mate and 3. Rook takes check, queen takes, and then knight f6. So that mate and 3 existed on the previous turn too. Rook takes e7 check existed on the previous turn. Interesting. So despite my faux pas of starting the stream a little bit early, I'm going in late, by the way. Morally consistent. I don't know. Those sound like fighting words. Morally consistent. Thank you, buddy. Thanks, bud. Yeah, Richie and I, relatively on the same path. I don't know anything at all about European politics like he does. So whether anyone's a Tory or I'm drawing a blank on the other party. What was I watching recently? House of Cards, the original UK edition. I was watching House of Cards, the original UK edition, basically to refresh my knowledge of the structure of most of these things. There was a really great series also on the House, based on the House of Parliament and all that with the Bergen, I think. There was also Bergen for the Norwegian and the Danish parliamentary structure and all of that. God, in any event, not like I'm going to be subscribing to BritBox anytime soon. BritBox, by the way, for those of you outside the United States, is the American form of BBC, where we get to subscribe to the channel and get all of the old labor. No, see, this is really, really good stuff. I believe that, and I was telling someone this the other day, Richie, that everyone at heart is a chess player. Everyone. Because we all have to make decisions and we all have to be better decision makers. And at the start of the day, at the beginning of our lives, chess is the very first game which forces us to look at abstract values and evaluate the consequences in a slightly, but of course, relatively harmless life or death manner. So we don't have to worry about, let's just say, anyone actually getting harmed in the learning of our lessons. Everyone is a chess player. Everyone must make decisions. Everyone must decide what they are going to do with their lives, what they're going to do with their day, their hour, their minute. And all the information is available, as Arsenal fan Richie just said. But we have to practice, emphasizing his comment, and take the time to make sense of what we're looking at and whether or not what we're looking at is real or not real. In any event, I do need to, there were a couple really great clips in there too, Richie. So stay in touch. I know you have my WhatsApp. I promise to pin you up. I've taken, got so many new students now. It's crazy. I don't know how nice the play was, but I appreciate the encouragement. Richie has always known me to be both a sketchy and creative player. Oh, come on. Real life, Richie. I'm just happy you're okay. My worst fear when I hadn't heard from you for a long time was, you know, ranging from the catastrophic to the to the mundane, he just got tired of me being inept at being able to get a simple one-ish episode podcast out. He's like, this guy's not worth hanging out with because he can't even do one thing right. So that goes from that one mundane thing to catastrophic, like your mother-in-law or something like that, or family squabbles, whatever. I don't even want to go in those areas that anyone else might be able to go into because I don't think like that. But in general, love you, buddy. I know there's you took advantage of September 2025. No, but I think that people love hearing from us and getting in on it. So you need to start out. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this across our streams, especially if we get a third co-streamer. If she's absolutely involved, that'll be good. We'll see what we can do. And this is on the pretense that it won't take up too much of our time. This is the really hard part. It cannot take up too much of our time. In other words, previously, when a podcast, it would take like 5 or 6 hours to do one of those podcasts. I'm telling you, 5 or 6 hours. We'd spend 3 hours doing randomness, right? Talking about randomness, losing incredible amounts of good material by talking about randomness, and then mulling over randomness, and then only including certain bits of that 3 hours in the following not quite hour-long podcast, which takes an hour to do. And then another couple of hours, if not longer, 6 to 8 hours, editing, letting the auto editor doing it, then going in and correcting the auto editor. I would say that on average, each podcast of an hour length takes about 8 to 10 hours. But at a podcast of 20 to 30 minutes might only take a few hours because there'll be far less editing, a lot less proofing because you'll have a lot less fact checking that you'll have to do. You only have to fact check so many things. And you get to move on to the next subject. And you can touch upon it later. You can say, hey, we said this last stream, found out so-and-so said something slightly different. We took it out of context, whatever the case might be. Should they ever defend themselves or we get something wrong, we can always put up an apology. But in any event, I want to get it right the first time, do the fact checking in advance. And I have it slightly scripted. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, I have to find out where we are on the big picture front of things. I don't think we have enough subscribers to raid anyone of note. Wow. Suggestions. I'm just going to show more. There are a few people that I don't know that have appeared, i.e. a handful of new streamers. And if I go with someone who's not even a streamer, that's also possible too. I shouldn't say not even a streamer. Wow, the trucker stream, Chloe IRL. Let me just look in the chess category and see what we've got. Just because there are people that I don't know besides Chesstopia. I'm going to set up. Oh, stick around for the raid. Raid, Chesstopia 1. I don't understand why the Chesstopia 1 had to be there. But Sylvie. Cheers and ciao, everybody. Have a great day. Need to roll the credits for all those people who are backed.
Bye.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, John, for the raid. Master John. Thank you.